introduction of the token shop is about to change the way you play Marvel Snap, giving you complete control over the cards you want to unlock and the decks you choose to play. However, with over 70 different cards that you can unlock, it can be tough to make the choice, and they definitely don't all carry the same weight. No matter if you enjoy destroy decks, discard, on reveal, or just want to know the best overall options, today's going to be the Master Token Shop guide to help make the decision a bit easier. Now, regarding the cards we're going to talk about today, I focus on overall utility, potential, and then definitely total impact that they have. No matter if you just entered into Pool 3 or you've been here a while and you're definitely deep into the late game of Marvel Snap, all the choices should be lined up the same. Let's go and jump right into it. We're going to start with the deck archetypes and which cards you might want to unlock for each type of deck, and then move to the best overall list. Now, depending on which cards you've already unlocked from the collector's path, it might change these options a little bit, but for the most part, they're pretty sound. First up is on reveal, and we kick it off with Wong and Lockjaw. Now, these two I equal the same as far as priority goes. You can see the greater than sign if I think you should unlock a card before another. But with Wong and Lockjaw, you've got two cards that I think give you the most bang for your buck as far as Pool 1 and 2 cards go. And they both give you newfound synergy and strategy to the way that you play your on-reveal decks. As for Arnim Zola, Dr. Doom, and Leader, all three of these are incredible on-reveal cards that work across a multitude of different archetypes in Marvel Snap. Arnim Zola should be the premier choice if you did unlock Black Panther. Dr. Doom is great in control decks and across, again, many different decks within the game. And then Leader, I think, is one of the best cards to unlock first, because he's just a perfect counter to the majority of the decks you're going to go up against. Now, lastly, I think you should unlock some other cards first, but if you're all in on reveal, both Black Widow and Electro are great low-cost options that provide plenty of value across the board. Now, moving forward to destroy decks, this is a lot more simple on which cards you should unlock first. Death and Wave are no doubt going to be the cards you want to target first if you love destroy decks. Death is going to be my top choice if you're looking to add that big power and overall most impact for a destroyed deck synergy. But Wave offers much more versatility, and you can use her across more decks. And then obviously both of them together make the insanely ridiculous combo of Death Wave that you can plug into virtually any Pool 3 deck. Hood and Mysterio are friggin' awesome low-cost cards that you won't regret unlocking. They both work very well in destroy decks to go ahead and help your Carnage while giving you some nice value or control. Both of these are going to work again across other decks. It's a common theme across today's guide. But again, if you're focused on all destroy and that's the main deck you like to run and you want to do a Deadpool-inspired deck, Venom and Deadpool are also great options to unlock once you've got the list above. Moving forward to everyone's newfound favorite type of deck, we have Discard. Now, Discard is a bit more tricky than the other ones if you favor this archetype. Mainly, you guys are going to want to unlock the option to run the best deck possible, and I believe that is done so by getting Dracula first. He's going to add instant value to your discard decks. If you need to know more why all these cards work together, you can check up above. I did a full breakdown of a discard deck guide. Now, honestly, as far as pure discard synergy goes, I think Colleen Wing should be really the first or second choice you should unlock. She gives a huge boost to all of your Pool 2 cards and giving you a reliable method to discard Swarm from the deck, really boosting up the entire deck overall. Hellcow gives you a nice 4-cost 6 power card to, again, get rid of Swarm and Apocalypse and the whole way the discard system works. Gambit works both inside and outside discard decks. But then we've got Hela, right? And for Hela specifically, if you want to play a Hela deck, you're going to have to target specific cards. Now, you can go ahead and get Hela first if you would like, but to play her to the max potential, you're going to need some powerful, huge power options like Giganto, and you can make Infinite and Hulk work. But besides that, you're going to need cards like Ghost Rider and Invisible Woman to get the deck to work the best possible. Honestly, I would suggest doing Lockjaw and a more Apocalypse-focused discard deck, but hey, it's your game, your choice. Do whatever you want. Now, you know I'm a huge fan of control decks in Marvel Snap. I think playing your opponent is just as important as the decks you play, and control gives you that ability. Now, control's a bit different. Obviously, dominated pretty well in Pool 2, and each and every card that you add to a control deck gives you a huge boost. Starting out, we have Daredevil, who is my favorite choice by far for a huge boost for your cards like Professor X and Gamora. Arrow, you guys obviously know, is one of the best cards in Marvel Snap. That's going to work across plenty of decks as well. And Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel and Doctor Doom are both very solid options for control decks. While they don't control themselves, it allows you a huge option to go ahead and fill flooded locations. Gone are the days that you have to purely rely on Jessica Jones, and if you're kind of lacking there, these are definitely cards you would want to unlock. Magneto is just 2 birds with 1 stone. Big power, great control to mess up Wong, Lockjaw, and the other decks out there. You've got Magic and Rescue, a combo together that just work well. You can put them together and get some mass power quickly on turn 5. And then again, as I always say, use Shang-Chi to go ahead and counter whatever they played on turn 6. Now, by far, Ongoing was the more difficult one to put together, mainly because there are so many cards that just unlock completely new archetypes. And the cards that I have here are mostly going to be on the best overall list as well. Obviously, Mystique is the no-brainer decision. If you see her in the token shop, don't pass her up. Just buy her immediately, even if you don't like Ongoing. Sarah, if you want to run the Sarah Miracle decks. But again, she might get a nerf. Heck, maybe she got one already when you're watching this video. And then Mojo. I think Mojo is a slept-on option. One of the better 2-cost cards in the game. You can run him in a multitude of different decks. Now, below them, we've got cards that individually unlock new archetypes in Marvel Snap. The Destroyer is going to be the best option if you like Ongoing. Combine him with Spectrum, and you've got yourself one of the better decks in the game. Many consider Destroyer to be one of the first ones you should unlock, because you really only need him and your pool 2 cards, pool 1 cards to get a very top-end deck in Snap. Now, as for Patriot, one of the best decks across Marvel Snap, in my opinion. Again, you can check up above for a full breakdown of the Patriot deck. I put above Cerebro. Cerebro is a great option as well, and if that's your jam, feel free to unlock it. Now, listen, I can't stop you. If you like move decks, you like move decks, all right? I hear you. It's no big deal. Human Torch and Dagger are good options if you want to go ahead and continue the love for move decks. But I would strongly suggest if you don't just play them, I would go ahead and go for different, more versatile cards. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed an overall deck-specific list, and that can kind of help you guys if you're playing one type of deck. But for those that just want to unlock the best ones and the ones that open the most options and the best overall, I've made a list as well. The margins, they're paper thin, right? Don't get too caught up in the ranking of them. They're all pretty equal. I have a little bit of a tier system, like tier 1 followed by tier 2 unlocks that I think help the most across the board, especially outside of pool 2. Starting with tier 1, we've got Mystique as, in my opinion, the best overall option, you guys. Mystique really adds to most of the decks that you play. But again, if you don't play any decks with Ongoing, Wong is going to be nice for on reveal. Regardless, if you think he's not as great as people think, put him with Gambit for discard decks. You can put him with on reveal. There's a lot of options to use Wong. Daredevil is one of the biggest bangs for your buck to instantly just get a powerful deck out the gate. Now, looking at Arrow, Leader, Wave, and the Hood, all of these are just fantastic top-tier options that are going to work in mostly any deck that you want to run. And then looking at tier 2, we've got Captain Marvel, who is going to work again across a multitude of different types of decks that you can create. Sarah for the Sarah Miracle, if that's your jam and that's the deck you would like to run. Death, Magneto, and Arnim Zola, we've talked about, all very fun options and all are great first picks for unlocks. And then Mysterio is just an awesome 2-cost card. You're going to get so much value out of him with Bishop and with Destroy decks. He's just fun to play head games with your opponent and confuse the hell out of them. And then lastly, we've got cards that just create a whole new archetype. Now, we've talked about the other cards that do so as well in the specific decks, but Mr. Negative cannot be overlooked. Such a fun deck to play if you want to play something and just really enjoy your time in Snap. He's crazy efficient, and you'll love having him. And as a bonus, you're going to already have a lot of the cards you'll need for him. Go ahead and snag Taskmaster and Arnim Zola if you're going to get him as well. Lockjaw, Destroyer, and Patriot we have all talked about. I think Patriot and Destroyer are a bit better out the gate, and Lockjaw's pretty solid as well. And then, of course, we end with Electro. Although he doesn't create his own archetype, He helps with ramp decks in combination with Wave. Now, yes, we left some off, like Debris, Green Goblin, some other cards that can work in a multitude of decks, but I had to kind of narrow it down to only so many. Hopefully this really helped you guys out, and when the token shop comes out, or if you're watching this and it's already come out, this is going to serve as a one-stop shop. You guys can get these graphics available in my Discord if you want to go ahead and save them, I don't know, to your phone and take a look at them later on. I want to wish you guys good luck. I think the token shop is going to add a lot to Marvel Snap and definitely changing the way the game works. Now, if this guide helped you out and you want to help me out, you can like today's video. It helps massively for the algorithm of YouTube. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We've moved from 80% of you guys not subscribed to 77. All right, have a good one. Happy snapping. We'll see you next time.